Here onwards, we are studying about the explain various types of approximate estimates. It is a rough estimate and it is not accurate method estimator. This method is not only useful for preliminary study of various aspects. The rough cost of the project arrives by these methods. If the cost and usefulness of the project are appropriate, then detailed project report, that is called DPR, may be prepared by the competent authority for government approval. Because we are not preparing every time detailed estimate, data sheets and abstract estimate. As and when the government or competent authority be accepted administrative approval as well as technical sanction may get it. Then you are going for the general estimation. But before that one, every time you have to prepare an approx estimate and you have to be sent for the approval. So whether the total cost of the project rendered for that project, it is feasible for the public as well as needs of this government. Then the government will accept it. Then we can prepare the DPR. DPR means detailed project report. Detailed project report means how to prepare first of all the detailed estimate. Next one, rate of analysis or rates, analysis of rates. Last one is the abstract estimate. Then you can get the probable cost of the structure in a proper way. But this approximate estimate will give the rough estimate. It is also called as preliminary estimate. Why called preliminary means these estimates are prepared in initial stages for the sanctioning, for the sanction purpose from the government. But there are so many variety methods are there. Types of approximate estimate methods. Number one is the unit rate method. Number two is the print area method. The third one is called cubical content method. There is another method is also called quantity surveyor method. In quantity surveyor method, we have to calculate the cost of this property or anything by quantity survey. Quantity survey means he has an idea about this construction, then he can give an approximate cost for that project. In the approximate estimates, first method is called unit rate method. In this method, the cost of the structure is determined by multiplying the total number of units, that is called service units, with unit rate of the similar structure and similar specifications. Not only we have to take the cost of the structure with available in the locality, that is in the existed area where you want to construct the new building or new structure. So the approximate cost of the structure you can evaluate by using this formula. Total number of service units multiplied by cost of each service unit. But how to get the service cost unit cost means service unit rate of structure will be given total cost of structure with a similar specification of structure. So when you are calculating the total cost of the structure means the service rate means you have to be inquired whether the same type of the structure is there in the same locality, then the cost divided by the total number of service units of existed structure. Suppose if you are taken a 3-roomed, that is a 3 BHK, that is 3 bedrooms, 1 hall, 1 kitchen. So you are getting some cost of this one. If you want to calculate the 2 BHK, you cannot be compared the 3 BHK to 2 BHK or 2 BHK to 3 BHK. So if you want to calculate the cost of the 2 BHK means you have to evaluate the cost in the nearby site but only the 2 BHK only. That is called similar that is called specification. Next, when you want to go for the different service units means what are the different service units? It's not common for all the structures. We are here the tablet will be takes place here. First of all, the type of serial number, type of structure, next one the service unit. For example, if you are taken the college or school building, then it is called student or classrooms are taken as intake of the student. That means every year how many students are taken into the as an admission. So when the students numbers are increasing, number of classrooms are also increasing. So service unit is a student or classrooms. Sometimes you are taken the classroom is in a service unit or student is intake is in a service unit. Hostel building. So whenever you want to install a hostel building, what is the intake of the student? So service unit is a student. Intake of the student is a service unit. Next one, hospital. So number of beds. So whenever you are seen in the nature, so whenever you are going for 100-bedded hospital, 100 bed means there is no 100 beds. Along with these beds, so many other rooms also there. Compounder rooms, doctor rooms, operation theatre, OPs, everything there. but you are taken the according to the number of beds, the other functional rooms also available. Large or restaurant, that is also called number of rooms. So that is as the number of rooms are increasing, your size of your construction also increasing, because every accommodation you require one restaurant, one other lobbies are required for the lodges or restaurant. Roads, whenever you have taken any road, so according to the type of road, either national highway or state highway or district main road or village road, but you have taken the kilometer length is in a service unit for a construction of service, that is in a either village road or Pakka road or district main road or national highways or state highways. So these dimensions of the state highways and the district main ways are constant. According that one you have to be calculated. Next one, roads, railways also, whether it's a meter gauge or broad gauge or narrow gauge. Next one, irrigation projects. When you are going for irrigation projects, that is a reservoir. As the reservoir capacity is increasing, number of hectares will be irrigation will be more. So as the size of the irrigation, that means as the size of irrigated commanding area is more, automatically the size of the structure will be increased. According that one, so many acres must be irrigated. Cinema halls are auditoriums. When you are going for the cinema halls or auditoriums, the number of seats is in a service unit. As the number of seats are increasing, your size of the structure also increasing, the cost will be also be increasing. Residential building means number of rooms. Generally, you have taken bedroom is a consideration. Suppose where every building you require one BH, one bedroom, one hall, one kitchen, and other rooms may be essentially may not be there or may be there. That is difference. So 2 BHK means 2 bedrooms, 1 hall, 1 kitchen. 3 BHK means 3 bedrooms, 1 hall, 1 kitchen. So bedroom is in a room is in a one important factor to consideration of the construction of the cost of construction. Next one, factory buildings or industrial building, that is called base. So the truss to truss, the area in between the truss to truss is called a bay. The distance between one truss to the other truss you can tell as a bay. According that one, you have to calculate the cost of the structure of the industrial building. Next, the second method is called plinth area method. This method is very much popular in all approximate methods. In this method, the area is taken into consideration to prepare approximate cost of the building. Here you have taken in the first method you have taken only one unit, either length or breadth like that one. But here the service unit is the area. That means you are considering what is the length, what is the breadth of the building. The approximate cost of the structure is equals to total plinth area into plinth area cost or plinth area rate. How to calculate the plinth area rate means total cost of structure with similar specifications divided by total plinth area of the existed construction. Say, whatever the cost of the existed structure with a similar specification you have to take it divided by total plinth area of the existed structure, then you can get the plinth area of the structure. Plinth area means the area of structure in between the walls at plinth level. It is also known as built-up area. It is also called as built-up area. So if you want to calculate the built-up area means the whatever this one, that means you have to measure the outer to outer dimensions of the building and you are getting the total built-up area. Carpet area. There is a one important term in the provisions of the AST norms or any UGC. They are provide the carpet area. Carpet area is different from the built-up area. Carpet area means total built-up area minus of area of walls minus area of under circulation minus of non-livable areas. So once the wall will be over, you cannot be see this whatever the area under walls. That is a waste. That means you cannot be placed. Next one, area under circulation means areas under circulation. That means areas under circulation purpose. That means staircase rooms. Next one is the balconies, verandas. These are the only you can utilize for the passage from one room to the other room. That's it. Number 2, non-livable areas. Under where cannot living for long time. Suppose if you have taken a kitchen room, we are using kitchen room only for at the time of cooking only. Next one, storeroom. So whenever you want to go for storeroom, so whatever the material you require, you can take down and you can shut down that room. Next one, toilets. So these are the rooms whenever you are using for the required purpose only. Afterwards you cannot be stay back on that rooms. Next one, third one. In general, the carpet area of the building ranging from the 60 to 80% of the built-up areas of this one. That's a very, very important. As the sophistication of the construction is increasing, your built-up area will be decreased. Carpet area will be decreased. Why? Because we are providing the so much of lavish walls, lavishness of the balconies, staircase rooms are increased. Automatically, carpet area value will be decreased. As your lavishness will be decreased, your built-up as well as the carpet area also increase. It's an inverse proportion. Lavishness is increasing, your carpet area will be decreased. Lavishness decreased, your carpet area will be increased. In this estimation, similar features means the existed and proposed construction should be same in the locality. As the locality changes, the cost of land also changes and other features also changes. And height of the structure should be same. So suppose if you have taken any construction with the existed cost of the structure, if it is 3 meters, whatever the construction you have to take, it must be 3 meters. There should not be any leniency, there should not be any deficiency between the existed and to be constructed. That is very important. Add additional cost against water, sanitary, electrical. Next one, lawns and other facilities prescribed. Suppose if there is a total means you have to calculate the prescribed facilities also you have to add after getting the approximate estimate. But this some percentage you have to leave it against these features. That is water, sanitary, electrical and lawns and other. Separate plinth areas rates to be determined for the separate that is that whenever you are calculating the floor to floor, that cost of the building will not be same. As the number of floors are increasing, your cost of the structure also increasing. That is for the transportation of the material or for the lift of the materials. It's very, very important. Next one, you have to add if there is any labor cost is increased or material cost is, you have to be add suitably the cost of the material cost as well as labor cost also increased against that one. So this method is one of the best method when compared to the all other 3 methods.